and we will be going live in 5, 4, 3, 2. We're live.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. It is currently 8 a.m. like normal. It is, man, I always forget. That weather part of my job description here. But it's nice out. It's about 65 degrees outside right now. It's supposed to get up to the 80s again today, so it's going to be hot and muggy again today. So be prepared for that, but nice weather, so you will be able to go outside and do some exercising, play around. Grass is probably still going to be a little bit soggy, though, but get out there and run around the sidewalk or stay on the concrete, something like that. That'll be a good way to spend your evening outside if you can. So, that being said, traffic conditions are fair. There's no real traffic congestions over there by 76th Street on ramp, which is surprising, but traffic's been flowing pretty well the last couple of days, so you're really going to have a nice commute in. If you haven't left yet, no worries there. So, with that being said, as far as local events go, what's going on, Chad?
All right, here's what I have as of today. I'm pulling it up. We have on the Owasso Chamber of Commerce side of things, the monthly meeting is today,
Mm-hmm.
and that is at 12. And it's pretty sure it's like $40 or $50 or whatever it is. $30 for members and $40 for non-members. It is a
Mm-hmm.
luncheon.
That's today?
Yep, and it'll be Jinter Drummond, the Oklahoma Attorney General,
So
will be speaking.
Attorney General Drummond is speaking
That is
today.
correct. And then tomorrow, of course, is the kickoff for the Red Bud Festival, and that'll be happening for the rest of this weekend.
Excellent.
So that's pretty much all we have on the Owasso Chamber side of things. As for Owasso Isms, on the 5th from 10:30 to 12:30, it'll be the sensory skate event at Wheels and Thrills.
Wheels and Thrills.
Mm-hmm. And then that's not till the 23rd, and that's it. So we're
All
pretty much
right.
caught up this week on
Nice.
everything. So
Excellent.
other than that, our Thunder, I'm pretty sure clinched. So we had our clinch on playing the Pelicans, so we're good there. So we'll see who our next opponent will
Yeah.
be
Swept
for
him. All right. Well,
that.
last night, we'll kind of go back weather. Last night we had some more, not super duper cells, but we had some super cells form up, and we had a couple of tornadoes hit southern Oklahoma, and we had a really strong cell go up north. I don't know if anything touched down north because I was watching the weather and I saw that it was gonna go just north of Owasso, and I was really tired last night, so I was like, I'm gonna crash if it's looking like this giant weather front's gonna miss. However, I got woke up last night by probably the loudest thunder I think I've ever heard in my entire life. So there's that. I didn't actually get to sleep all the way through it, but it was loud. Boy, obnoxious, loud thunder last night around midnight-ish or a little after midnight, but whew, jerked me out of my sleep, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, there was some tornadoes that hit, particularly in southern Oklahoma. I think Cordele, Oklahoma. Is that right, Chad? You have that video?
I'll pulling it up right now.
Yeah, this we have some ring
You want the
footage.
ring footage
Yeah,
first? Okay.
absolutely. Show that ring footage.
All right.
I mean, this goes to show you how fast it is and how quick things happen. So just watch. It's 18 seconds. And boom goes the dynamite. Holy cow. Fast.
This happens so quick. It scares you how it just seems like nothing at first. At least from this ring footage. I'm sure the wind's probably pretty bad, but
Yeah.
boom! All of a sudden it just hits.
Yeah. I mean, there's no real warning. So if you're not paying attention to the weather, you better be. So, but yeah, more tornadoes hitting in southern Oklahoma last night. So be weather aware. I mean, this is the worst time of year for this kind of crap. So
Mm-hmm.
be prepared. And like I said, again, have a plan and keep your phone. Like, if it's the clouds looking ominous or they don't say we got clear skies the next day, I would leave your phone on loud. So in case a tornado warning comes through, you are wide and awake for it. And have stuff ready to go. Have a plan in place. Because we are in Tornado Alley here. Y'all know this is Oklahomans. I mean, we get lucky here in Owasso, but it's just a matter of time, you know. So Be weather aware, everybody. Don't want you to get caught up in that and be one of the statistics, especially not this town.
Yeah, and here's some storm chaser footage from
That night.
that night as well. I think this is around where'd they say it's like Love. Where'd they say it's like Loveland or Hollister, near Hollister, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they've had a bunch of crazy stuff happen there too.
Yeah. Got some pretty impressive footage
It's a
for
little too
sure.
dark to see the actual storm, I believe. You know, the actual tornado itself, as you
Yeah.
can tell. But there's a bunch of stuff going on.
Very the sky's lighting up in that one. It's a lot of lightning in these storms.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, we'll push on past weather-related topics. Now, you guys are probably getting sick of hearing it, but I mean, this is Oklahoma. This is what it's all about. Is we're Tornado Alley. That's why Twister was filmed here. But we'll go on to the main subject of this video. Yesterday, if you guys hadn't paid attention or you weren't aware, I know Owassoisms posted about it. It was all over the news. But there was a suspect or person of interest arrested here. His name is Ricardo Galareza.
Galraza, yeah.
Galareza. I'm probably butchering the last name, but this Ricardo guy, 18-year-old guy, 18-year-old kid, but he's a man. But I guess he is a murder suspect or a murder person of interest. There was a shootout the other day at a apartment complex near 21st and Memorial in Tulsa, and I think it was two 16-year-old kids. I had the name of the kid pulled up here. The kid that passed away. Hold on, it was Valen Bell, a 16-year-old kid who was shot and killed, and then there was another 16-year-old kid who is critically injured. And this fella here, this Ricardo guy, was arrested here in Owasso as a person of interest for this murder suspect. So obviously one of the kids survived, so I'm betting that more than anything, the survivor probably had eyes on the suspect and knows what he looks like and is going to be able to finger this fella. So not looking good for him. So what's happened? Is our town turned into a criminal haven like the Dalton Hill lookout point? Like we're a criminal haven once again?
That's a good question.
Yeah, but nah, I mean, like I said, we had a couple of big noteworthy news events in the media, but I don't think it's anything to shake a stick at. But yeah, this kid, hopefully justice comes for what's happened to those kids there, and this kid gets his just desserts.
Yeah.
So
TPD showed up in force.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the pictures that Owassoisms had reposted, but boy, they had a lot of. I mean, Owasso PD was running perimeter for them, but I mean they had like 20, 30 TPD cars ready to go. I mean they were working with their I guess their not their SWAT team, but like their warrant enforcement team, and they were ready to get after this guy because apparently he has a prior shooting charge from January as well.
Good lord.
So. And again, I don't know if this kid his family lives here in Owasso or if he was just
hiding out at a friend's
laying
house.
low at a friend's house. Yeah, so I'm sure more information will come out. We'll kind of follow up and see what's going on. But yeah, this was kind of a big deal yesterday. There was a bunch of police cars staging outside the Owasso High School, and I'm sure it was a shock to all the neighbors because I mean it's one of those neighborhoods. I think it's the neighborhood right near the 8th grade center.
Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, so it's I mean you can see in the picture. I mean it's one of Owasso's. I mean not a brand new neighborhood by any stretch of the mind, but it's one of the more upscale neighborhoods here in Owasso. So I'm sure all the neighbors were quite shocked to see bunch of police officers staging up outside, and on top of, I'm sure the people who were driving past high school was like going, "What's going on?" There's like 30 TPD blacked out police cars parked in the lot there. Some wild stuff happening.
I remember seeing stuff about that being posted in some of the community pages on Facebook and stuff around here, and I was just like, "So that's what it was."
That's what it was. So yeah, no, but yeah, so we fall back to the Dalton Hill gang. They have a lookout up here on the top of a hill in Owasso called the Dalton Hill Lookout Point, and yeah, it was a perfect spot to watch for the Dalton Hill gang to watch as the law dogs came chasing in after him to try to collect him. They could see him coming for miles, so that's why I made that reference point. A little bit of history about Owasso here, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a little neat bit. So with that being said, that's really about all we've got for you today. Is Owasso, our small town, turning into a crime haven once again? Like the Dalton Hill gangs making their way back. But nah, I don't think so. We just got some wildness. I bet you this kid was just trying to find a upscale place to lay low because, I mean, he could be. I mean, this kid. I mean, for all we know, this is somebody who your kids who go to the Owasso High School know. I don't know if he's graduated or. I mean, he's 18, so he very well could be graduating out of high school, or he could still be a student here at the Owasso High School. So, more information to come out. Maybe I'll start doing some digging and see if we can find if he's a active student at the Owasso High School, or maybe he's like one of the kids that had to drop out and go to alternate. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. More to come on this story, but that's about all we've got for you today. Sorry we don't have a lot of culture. It's just kind of been a slow, boring news week nationally. Everybody's just talking about all the collegiate protests going on around the world
Yeah.
about the Israel
The
Palestine, which I mean, if you're like me, you're sick of hearing it. You're bored of it. I'm bored of it. You know,
yeah,
it's
just get rid of the protesters because they're asking for more than they obviously deserve to get. At this point, I mean, they're demanding food and water from the university at this point, and half these people don't even go there.
yeah, it's silliness. So I'm just sick of following it. Sick of hearing about it.
Send in the police and arrest them all.
Yeah, just say, hey, this is America, and you have a right to protest, but quit asking for special treatment for these countries that are 4,000, 5,000 miles away when we have a border just down south that terrorists are walking across no problem. I mean, we showed you that one video where that guy comes off. He goes, "You Americans are stupid. If you were smart, you would know who I am. But you are not smart. You are not smart, Americans. So you will pay the price for not being smart." I mean, like that's what we're doing. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about that porous border situation.
Yeah, who's coming into our country?
So I don't care about the Middle Eastern problems as much as I care about the border. I want the wall up, and I want the National Guard to be able to open fire on these people. And there was a video the other day where there was a old man carrying a little girl across the Rio Grande in a little dinghy, and then he just handed her off to a police officer. The police officer was scolding the guy who did it, but it's like he didn't care. I mean, he still picked up the girl and put her in his squad car. So that's what I'm concerned about. That kind of stuff is gross and disgusting. If you have rules in place, you have a border in place, you're not going to have people doing that. It's not going to stop it completely, but it will stop a whole lot of it.
Yeah,
Like I said, anybody you catch down there, I mean, we should just move all of our military bases down there and have armed guards 24 hours a day, and like just be like, look, if anybody walks into this base without permission, weapons free.
yeah.
Let them go.
Honestly, at this point, it's a better option. So have fences, bought razor wire, and have military bases just
Mm-hmm.
on every, not every, but at least ways of the border, and then have patrols. It's a good learning experience for
Yeah,
training.
you get trainees get to be able to work with live ammo. Like, all right, you get to practice with the 240. You got gate guard tonight, and if you see anybody coming across that river, just spray the ground. Sounds cruel, but I mean that's the way it's gonna have to be because there are just too many people coming, and there's zero repercussions for them. Like I said, even all of those immigrants that ran over the National Guard were released
All of them are
of
released.
their own recognizance.
I think there's only like one or two that actually like assaulted or
Mm-hmm.
battered, I should say, the people, but I'm pretty sure, or our National Guardsmen, but the rest of them were all just the ones that just rushed the fence after it was done, were all set free.
Yeah. So yeah, just kind of bored with it. Didn't really have a whole lot going on national news wise, so that's where we're at now. We just wanted to get our local news out of the way, and we will wrap up early today. So this has been the Twins with the Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. We're going to go ahead and sign off. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful day out there.
See you later, everybody.